Hey everyone, welcome to the ranking. Here's my ranking of Barry Sonnenfeld's movies. Yes, Barry Sonnenfeld has been a film director since the 90s. He's been making a lot of great films. I grew up actually with most of his films, and I thought it'd be a lot of fun to rank all his movies from my least to my favorite. Because again, he's got a lot of awful films, but he's got a lot of great ones, and a lot of films that are very nostalgic to me. So yeah, I'm excited to do this ranking. So yeah, let's get to it. Here's my ranking of Barry Sonnenfeld's movies from my least favorite to my favorite. Alright, let's get to it. Coming in at number 11 is the movie 9 Lives. Yes, 9 Lives came out last year. This was one of the worst films that came out last year. It's Kevin Spacey turned into a cat. Yeah, let's stick that in. Kevin Spacey turned into a cat. It's like the Shaggy Dog, but instead of Tim Allen turned into a dog, that's Kevin Spacey turned into a cat, and it ended up being even fucking dumber. Yes, that's Christopher Walken, and it's Robbie Amell in the film, and again, Kevin Spacey as a goddamn freaking cat. So stupid, awful message. It has Jennifer Garner in it, and yeah, it's a dumb movie. It's about, because he's a workaholic father turned into a cat, so when he turns into a cat, he spends more time with his family, he learns how to be a better father to his kids and stuff, and been there, done that. Stupid movie, stupid story, awful comedy, awful characters, bad acting, sloppy direction. Hands down the worst Barry Sonnenfeld film ever. Coming number 10 is Wild Wild West. Yes, I'm going to the Wild Wild West. We're going straight to the Wild Wild West. Yeah, this is an awful film. One of the worst westerns ever made, and just one of the worst Will Smith films. Yeah, this was such a dumb movie. I don't know who greenlit this film. Yeah, I know John Peters was involved because he wanted this big giant fucking spider and stuff. Wow, this has a very confusing story that makes no sense, really bad characters, horrible performances. It has people that I love. Like, there's actors in this movie that I freaking love. It's directed by Barry Sonnenfeld, a director that I do enjoy. Has Will Smith. I love Will Smith. Has Kevin Kline. I love Kevin Kline. And has Kenneth Branagh as the villain, Loveless. And I love Kenneth Branagh. And honestly, he's the one thing I can say positive about this movie, because this movie's so dumb. The comedy, the action, the story, everything about this movie is just absolutely ridiculous, but Kenneth Branagh as Loveless is so over the top and cheesy. I freaking love watching him in this film. I hate this movie, but he is the one saving grace in this film, so that puts it at number 10. This could have been almost like a tie for number 11, but the reason it's number 10, Kenneth Branagh. Coming in at number 9 is Men in Black 2. Yes, Men in Black 2 was, it was a very disappointing movie to see when I saw this movie in theaters. When I saw this movie in theaters when it came out, and I was a young kid who loved Men in Black, and I was excited for a sequel, and my God, was this an awful film, and a terrible sequel to a great film like Men in Black. This one, again, brings back Agent K and Agent J, Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith, and they have decent chemistry, and they are decent in the film. It has an awful villain in this movie, terrible jokes, really bad effects, and just, I don't know, I just was not invested with this movie. It's not a good film. Yeah, Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones are enjoyable in the film, that's the only, saving grace, but the movie isn't interesting. Again, it has really cheap effects, it does not look good, it's very dated, it has a really terrible villain, the story isn't interesting, it's about the Lady of Zartha and stuff, and ends up being Rosario Dawson, and Agent J's in love with her and stuff, and just a really stupid story. I just really couldn't get invested with it. It's not very funny, it's not very enjoyable, it doesn't have the cool world building like the first Men in Black did. The ending is supposed to be this very clever ending, it's not clever at all and stuff, and just it's not a good movie, and just a really disappointing sequel, and just, yeah, very, very disappointing film, and one of the weaker Barry Sonnenfeld films. Coming number 8 is RV. RV is, it's upsetting to watch, because not only is it a bad Barry Sonnenfeld film, but it's a bad Robin Williams movie. It's a really bad film. It's a road trip movie about this guy, Robin Williams, who's this business guy, and he takes his family on this road trip in this very big, ugly RV, and one of his kids is JoJo, and Josh Hutcherson, and Jeff Daniels is in the movie, and I love Jeff Daniels. He's this guy who's this redneck family and everything, and fun fact, also, Richard Dean Cox is in the film. Edie Biasha himself is in the film, too, as his, other co-worker guy who's, the suck-up and stuff, and, Will Arnett's in the movie as his boss, and just, a lot of talent in this film, and It's so unfunny and it's so long. It's like a 2-hour film and it's just so unfunny. And yeah, there was one scene in the film that got a laugh out of me. There was one scene that gets a laugh out of me. It involves Robin Williams and stuff, and it's just a bunch of improv. It's like a Robin Williams improv. It's like watching Aladdin stuff because half that movie's improv of Robin Williams and stuff. And yeah, there's a scene in the film, I won't say the jokes because that's the only thing that's funny in the film. There's a scene where Robin Williams just goes all out to just improv this big comedic scene, and it was legit funny. That's it. The whole movie itself is awful. It's not a good family film. It's got awful characters. It's so unfunny. It's just the most predictable, cliched family adventure film. It's not a good movie. And for the fact that Robin Williams was in it and he's not funny in it except in one scene, that's just disappointing in itself. And yeah, just not a good film. Coming number 7 is Big Trouble. Big Trouble against Tim Allen. Tim Allen's another actor I really enjoy. Like, I grew up with Tim Allen stuff, like Toy Story and everything, Galaxy Quest. I even watched a little bit of Home Improvement. I wasn't a huge Home Improvement fan. I love the Santa Claus. Santa Claus was awesome. This is not a good movie either. It's more of like a comedic crime film and stuff, and it's not that good. Tim Allen gives a decent performance. He has a few chuckles here and there. It has a good idea and a good premise. I think if it had a better script, I think it would have been a much better movie. If it had better characters, better dialogue, better jokes, better execution and stuff. I think the screenplay is what really made this movie a drag. Barry Sonnenfeld tried for what he had, but the screenplay just isn't out. It's not a well-written film and stuff. And Tim Allen tries for what he has in this film, but it's not a good film. It's very dull. It's not funny. It misses the mark. And again, the idea could have worked if it was just done better and if it was just written better. So yeah, that's my biggest gripe with the film. It's not a good film. Has a few good things in it, but it's not good. Coming number 6 is For Love or Money. For Love or Money stars Michael J. Fox. And I kind of have a soft spot for this film because I watched this movie when I was younger and I actually had a lot of fun with it. And it's not good, but I actually kind of sort of guilty pleasure for it. I think Michael J. Fox is enjoyable. I think his chemistry with the lead actress is enjoyable. I think the story's fine. I think some of the comedy does hit and stuff, and it's definitely not a timeless film. It's definitely not a great film. I don't even say it's a good film, but I have a soft spot and a guilty pleasure for it, so it's fine for me. Coming number 5 is Men in Black 3. Men in Black 3 is a hit and miss. There's some stuff that hits, and then there's some stuff that just doesn't even make it up to bat. It just, utter failure. There's some good stuff in this film. I love Will Smith in this movie, and I like that they dived more into his character in this film, and I like that Josh Brolin was in this movie, and he plays a really good Agent K, a very young version of Agent K. Emma Thompson was also in this film. She was really good. As a great villain. The villain is really good in this movie. However, there's not a lot of Tommy Lee Jones, which is disappointing, and how they tie in Jay's story with Kay's story was really stupid. Like, Agent J and K weren't ever connected. How we found him in the first Men in Black, it was sheer coincidence, and that's how they became partners. But how this movie just, like, makes Agent K connected with Agent J was really stupid. How, like, he met his father and stuff. That was really dumb. I don't like how they did that with the time travel and stuff. I don't like how they did that. I thought that was really stupid. There's also a side character, I forget his name, but he was a really irritating side character. Those were my biggest gripes of the film, and they were major gripes, because they really pissed me off. But the film itself, it's fine. It's a fine, fun, action, adventure, comedy, sci-fi comedy, time travel comedy and stuff. And Will Smith is back. He's awesome. Josh Brolin is awesome. The villain is really cool. And I still had fun with it. It's nowhere near as good as the first one, but it's fine. Coming number 4 is Get Shorty. Get Shorty is freaking awesome. It's about Chili Palmer, played by John Travolta. He's a Shylock, and he wants to be in the movie industry. He wants to make a movie. And that's where he meets Gene Hackman, Danny DeVito, Rene Russo, and basically he pitches this idea. He wants to make this sort of film and stuff, and Gene Hackman's very intrigued with him and stuff, and together they try to work on this film and stuff called Get Leo and stuff, and I think this is a great film. This is a great comedy film, great comedic crime film, and it's a lot of fun to watch. John Travolta's fantastic, Gene Hackman's great, Rene Russo's great, Danny DeVito's really great. I love there's a lot of great movie references. I love the passion of Chili Palmer and his passion for film and stuff. They damn near ruined that in the sequel Be Cool, which is a stupid film. Get Shorty is a lot of fun though. It's a great, it's got great characters, great comedy, great story. It's all about the movie industry, which is something I love, and yeah, just a fun film. Coming number 3 is The Addams Family Values. Yes, the sequel to The Addams Family. This is such a good film. Again, Barry Sonnenfeld did a great job directing this movie. The characters are all back. The characters that y'all love. The Addams Family themselves. Morticia, Gomez, Wednesday, Pugsley, Lurch, Fester, Grandmama. All of them are back, and it's awesome. Cousin It thing, all of them. All hilarious. In this movie, Wednesday goes to like a summer camp where she falls in love, deals with idiot bullies and stuff. I can't swim. So funny. Also, this movie, Fester falls in love with a girl. She's a gold digger and stuff. Morticia and Gomez have their story and stuff, and it is just a lot of fun. This, again, is dark comedy. It is so freaking funny. It is so freaking enjoyable. I love The Addams Family. I grew up with The Addams Family. I grew up with the show, grew up with these movies. It's just a blast. If you love, like, really good, dark, gothic comedy, then this is definitely for you. This is definitely a franchise for you. Franchise. There's 2 movies and a third film that's not that good, but The Addams Family Values was a very good sequel to the first one. I still think the first one is better, but this was a damn good sequel. The story was really good. The comedy was really good. The performances are really good. I love the whole feel and style of The Addams Family. Yeah, really good sequel. Coming number 2 is, of course, The Addams Family, the very first Addams Family film. Yes, it's very debatable which one is better. Some people like the sequel better. They think that Addams Family Values is a superior film. I don't fully agree with that, but I can see their point because the Addams Family Values is a very good film. I still think the first one is better. It's much darker. It's much more weird and oddball and screwball, more wacky and stuff, just more out there, and that's why I love it. It's so good. How even this film opens with people singing Christmas carols and then dumping the shit on them. The comedy in this movie is outrageous and it's hilarious. There's so many scenes that I love. Like the scene with Morticia talking with the teacher, the scene when Pugsley and Wednesday do the school play and they're like stabbing each other, the scene with the babushka, we dance the babushka and stuff. There is so many great scenes in this movie. It is hilarious. Raul Julia is fantastic as Gomez, Angelica Houston, Christopher Lloyd, Christina Ricci. All the performances are so great. I love these characters. I love this family. The stuff they go through is just so freaking funny, and I absolutely adore it. I grew up with the Addams Family, so it's a lot of nostalgia for me, and yeah, I love the first film. The sequel is really good, but the first one, it really hits home for me. I love this film. And my number 1 favorite Barry Sonnenfeld film what else is this? It's, of course, Men in Black. Men in Black, the first Men in Black film, awesome. Just so funny. It's a great sci-fi action comedy. Amazing. Will Smith, Tommy Lee Jones, Rip Torn, all fantastic in this movie. It's got great comedy. It's got great stories. It's got great ideas. So unique, so fresh, so original, so cool. It's got great villain, too, as this big alien cockroach and stuff, and absolutely love it. I love the side characters. I love the story. I love the visuals. I love everything about this movie. Everything about this movie is just so awesome. It's cool. It's badass. It's funny. It's likable. It's enjoyable. It's got great characters. I love the world building it does in this movie. And yeah, such a great film. It's an amazing film. It came out during a dark age of summer blockbusters. This was during the time when summer blockbusters were flopping and being critical disasters. This was one of the saving graces during that time period of the dark age of summer blockbusters. This and The Mask of Zorro, and yeah, absolutely love Men in Black. It's hands down the best Barry Sonnenfeld. It's hands down the best Barry Sonnenfeld film he's ever done. So good. So yeah, that was my ranking of all of Barry Sonnenfeld's films from my least favorite to my favorite. So in the comment section below, please tell me, what is your ranking of all of Barry Sonnenfeld's films in your opinion from your least favorite to your favorite? Comment below, let me know. And as always, for this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.